Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be looking back at our world final games. As you guys probably know, I'm finally home from Romania. I've been there for about a week now, so I've only uploaded like 2 or 3 videos whilst I've been gone. Of course, all of my focus being on the world final. So in today's video, we're going to be looking back at the games, give you guys my honest thoughts on what really happened, and just give you guys some more kind of details about the actual event and kind of how things went. So yeah, a lot really to catch up on. Of course, we'll be back on the grind and might start streaming again daily, obviously if once I get back into the rhythm of things. But it's been a very hectic week, full of loads of emotions. We'll be diving into that shortly. So it feels really weird recording now. Obviously I haven't done this for such a while, so apologies if I'm not on kind of the flow of things today. But as always, if you're looking to pick up anything in this shop, make sure you're using the credit code. That'd be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, let's jump into today's video. All right, guys, so heading into the first game up against NAVI. So talking about bans, because I feel like it was pretty important with this matchup. So the bans on our side were Poco and Max. I believe they basically knew the whole time we were going to ban those, because in scrims in both practices like ours and theirs, like looking at their data, basically Max and Poco were never in any of the compositions. And also on their side, Lola and Bell would have banned. So we did kind of anticipate the Lola ban. We weren't really practicing too much with Lola. We had a free practice with Lola, not really going the best, so we're actually thinking about banning Lola ourselves. But Bell, we didn't really anticipate whatsoever with a Bell ban. Of course, we weren't really prepared for that, which was obviously a good ban on their side of things, but maybe a little bit of lack of preparation in terms of our side of things. So I feel like that definitely kind of hurt our game plan a little bit. So we knew we really liked this composition, so we went a little bit basic with this comp. They basically went this so many times in a row. I mean, it's pretty good against every single composition, the one they're using, but the one we use, aggro, not many people really go fully aggro, full aggro comp on their first game, but we were really confident. We obviously wanted to go to our game plan, and this was one of them. So Drage absolutely popped off there. He's got the blue star. He's going to be able to dash out, and I think the dash actually made the Piper shot hit, which is just really unfortunate. You'd think the dash would actually make you dodge it, but somehow it makes it connect, which is really unfortunate. I'll go in there a little bit stuck. Probably should have waited for all of them. Drage goes in there as well. Probably should have coordinated with Tom. So you just see there, like me and Drage just not really working well as a team. Like Tom is just waiting for like all of us to push together, and like me and Drage just went in alone, which was obviously a mistake by us. A good double tap from Jason right there, and again, this should have been a really winnable game. So I feel like this was just nerves maybe from our side of things, just not really getting into the zone as much as we needed. So it's going to be a little bit of an unfortunate game right there. I mean, we nearly claw it back in the end, but just not enough time to really make things work. So first game on stage, obviously it's going to be a little bit shaky. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so heading into game number 2 on bounty events. So we have stuck with this same composition. The main reason why is because this comp has worked so well in scrims, and we just knew from the get-go, like, we weren't working well as a team. We recognized that straight away. We're all fair in our like constructive criticism with each other, and we just all knew, as I said, we weren't working well as a team. So we weren't the same composition. Drake straight away catches out the Piper, which is really well played from him. Again, he's going to go for the Piper. So Jason hasn't got jump yet, so it's going to be really hard, obviously, for him to deal with the Mortis. So it's ticket going our way. I think Tom's going to tank that one, else Drage would have actually died. So they're actually winning with the blue star here. So again, all we need to do is all push up together as a team, combine our supers, and we should be looking good. So I thought Cube was in that kind of gadget range, so I'll just use some super there for pressure. Tom going to go in there on the Piper. He could have maybe used his super to get out, but then again, that's probably wasting his stun, and we still had a lot of pressure, so that's probably why I didn't use it there. Only down by 1 star, so feeling all right so far. So also, I've not really talked about kind of a situation with things in terms of how we're playing on stage and whatever. I'll kind of try and touch it in between most games, but as you guys probably know, we were standing up and Navi were at home. Of course, they really, like, you can't actually put any hate towards Navi here, because I think one of their players couldn't get a vaccination. That was nearly what happened with Drage. So of course, like, they're just playing what like ability they're allowed to, what ability, like what where they're actually allowed to play. So they're actually really close to Romania as well. I think they actually traveled to Ukraine just so the teams won't get delayed. So of course, fair play to Navi. They literally couldn't have handled things any better. So we're actually up by 2 stars here. Of course, if they get 1 single kill, they're going to be winning by the blue star. So we're going to be really careful here. But of course, a brawler like Frankie haven't really got too much pressure. Drake's going to go in, force the jump from Jason. Tom's going to go in. He's really weak. He's probably going to look to die, but we're just going to confirm the kill onto Cube right there, and we're going to get the win. So that is going to be a 1-1 in this set. Let's jump into the next one. All right, guys, so jumping into the third and final game of the bounty set. So we're really looking quite hot inside of these games. I mean, we didn't literally play things completely perfect, but we're all full of confidence. We all had really high energy. So that was really unfortunate from Jason to get the snipe on me with ambush, and of course probably went in a little bit too aggro, but I thought we could get the re-kill there. The Cube literally on like 7 HP, so that was just really unfortunate. Definitely in if we replayed that scenario like 999 times out of 1,000, we would have got that kill on Cube. So really unfortunate there, but we didn't pick up the kill. But in scrims, Zeta, I think one of the only teams that I've seen this strategy. We're all going to Sprout mid on this map. Of course, if there's a lot of Piper being played, it's going to be really strong. Sprout used to be like a good mid on this map like a year ago or so. Not really seen the strategy too much, but bringing it out for the first time. We've played it played against it a lot in scrims against Zeta, and again, like Sprout was just so good for pressure. You can just push up like crazy, and the enemy team aren't going to be able to do too much. So that's how we were kind of playing it. Of course, I'm really confident with the Sprout, so that's how we're playing it. Also, I didn't really compliment Drage for like how good of a Mortis played in the last game. Like that Mortis was absolutely insane. It was really strong. He's gotten into the absolutely insane Mortis, one of the best Mortises in the world for sure right now, Drage. So yeah, we got more pin back. Of course, this is a pressure with Sprout. Literally, Sprout can do work against all of them. I don't think Leon is like completely the strongest pick. I know we're going Leon ourselves. I probably would have gone for like a Jean. You know, we were actually thinking, it's kind of crazy. I don't think I've actually told anyone this, but we're actually thinking of playing Jean just before we went into this map. But we'd literally not practice at all with like Tom on Jean. I think that would have been like, I know Tom's not like the worst on Jean, but it just would have been a dumb thing to do something with not practice like at all. So obviously getting on that Leon pick a little bit better, and do just near enough the same. Like Jean is actually a really good pick on this map as well. So of course we're winning. I didn't really speak too much about this game, just kind of just talking about things in general. But like the Sprout pick, the pressure, it was just too much from literally a single Sprout can just put these guys into spawn. So that's going to be that game right there. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys. So heading into the first Brawl Ball game right here. So you guys probably want to hear the answers to this like straight away about our compositions. So I'll just try and do it in simple form straight away. So in terms of scrims and what compositions were being played, of course we like really didn't play with a Bell ban whatsoever, and Bell was played quite a lot in scrims, but just in general, like playing again like teams like STMN, literally playing against all the best teams in the world in practices, in scrims. Literally everyone was going Byron Meg, like Bell Meg, Piper Meg. It was just Meg everywhere. Meg was absolutely insane in scrims before this world final event. Literally the best brawler in the game. It was just insane how strong she was. So MMA's got to walk that one in. Unfortunately, we haven't got DPS to deal with it. So they've gone with a triple aggro comp. We weren't really expecting it whatsoever. Again, like people were saying in the comments, whatever, saying, oh, well, it's NAVI, you know, the Russian teams love going tanks. But again, there weren't really much data in terms of them going like aggro brawlers. And the Bell ban really meant for aggro to be a lot better. And we just probably weren't aware of it too soon. So again, that's just not kind of our strategy. Not being completely the best, but still Byron healing the spike there. I feel like MMA could have supered a lot earlier and prevented that goal, but it didn't choose to do so. This is where probably the play of the tournament for me, well, in regards to me, actually comes in here. So they're just going to sit behind the walls. That's what triple aggro can really do. So I'm getting close to my splash here. MMA goes for the super. I dodged the super kick it away at the same time. And you can see I'm also charging my super at the same time. And this is just an insane play. I just remember going crazy on stage when this happened. I get my super kick again, super kick it in. That was just insane. I just felt so hyped in that moment. That was just so clutch. We literally were just about to lose if I didn't dodge that stun. Super kicks it away. And then from my own pass, I'm able to get another super and super kick it in. It was just an insane chain of events. I've literally never done anything like that. And I managed to do it on the stage. So that was pretty insane play right there. You know, I don't like to normally brag about those things, but that was a pretty cool play. But yeah, that's going to be the first Brawl Ball game right there. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so going into the next game then. So as you guys saw, you know, after that game, you know, we really should have lost that one. We won it. You know, we're literally one more game away from winning the set and going 2-0 up in the series. We were feeling really good. You know, the vibes are really good. Everyone on stage, you know, everyone playing really well. Everyone's stepping up to the mark. So we picked the Amber right here. So this is quite a questionable, obviously, decision on our part. Maybe we should have been, again, you know, in hindsight, it really does hurt. You know, you don't want to talk too much about hindsight, but probably on the back of things, You know, they should have really won that game. So maybe we should have thought in our heads, like, they should have won that game. You know, they're probably going to look to stick. But, you know, we did think they'll try and counter Meg a little bit with a Tara pick we've seen just before in a few scrims. To do like their Tara, like Bar and Tara, because Tara is one of the hardest counters to Meg. We've seen a lot in scrims again, like a lot of Tara being brought out because of how strong Meg is, but the triple aggro just destroys Meg. So I feel like just on this matchup, like, unless we play it literally perfect, we're going to be losing this game because Amber just cannot deal with the aggro. Just so much to counter us. So a really easy game for them, just complete mismatch right there. They're able to get a counter and win. So that's going to be that game right there. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so heading into the final Brawl Ball game. So right now it is 1-1, a lot line on this result. So again, they've stick with the same comp 3 times in a row. So really brave from NAVI to kind of do that. They've done that in 2 game modes in a row. You know, we kind of thought they might switch up. So this composition we've gone is a really popular comp again, because Tara's really good against Meg. Tara can just be a really good defensive brawler. Of course, like backyard bowl, you won't really think she's the best in, but with Meg in the meta, you kind of have to like pick your brawlers to counter her because she's just so strong. I think Meg probably is like the 2nd best brawler in the game right now. Just the pressure she has in backyard bowl. You guys won't believe how strong she is. So that's why we've gone with a Byron Meg again. You guys are probably watching at home or whatever and just screaming at us to go in this again. But seriously, like, this composition in scrims was just near enough undefeatable. We literally never could beat this composition. Everyone was just using it. So, you know, we thought we'd just still stick to what we kind of practiced. And maybe that was one error on our end. I know, again, hindsight, you are going to look at it like that, but we needed to adapt probably a little bit sooner. So unfortunately, they're going to be able to get a team wipe. So just whenever they're able to chain and push up, it's just so strong. We've not really seen Frank too much in scrims as well. Literally in the last week, I've barely even seen Frank whatsoever on Backyard Bowl. Literally before World Finals, we've seen Frank everywhere. So it was kind of like one of those things where we just hadn't practiced against it for a while. So kind of not used to how they like push up together so strong. So you can see here, Tom gets the pull right here. So here we should really be pushing a lot sooner. I mean, MMA does have his super. So I feel like that was a little bit rushed on our end. I feel like we could have waited a lot, a lot longer. We could have, I mean, I think all of us in, I can't even remember what happened in that moment. I feel like all of us probably were saying, like, just go, you know, go for it. We probably rushed that. So obviously looking back on things, we definitely should have waited for him to respawn. You know, we have that Tara super. We can easily dictate how that is going. So Cube does a really nice play there. So you can just see how it just went from one end to the other. We literally could have equaled things up and looks really good going into it, but unfortunately, again, like, miscommunication from us all there. I feel like we all were on the same page about we should have gone for it. It was a little bit rushed, and maybe that is just what kind of bit us in the backside, because that could have been a difference on going 2-0 up to 1-1. So yeah, really unfortunate right there. I don't feel like any of us really played really bad. I just feel like NAVI just played really well. So yeah, that is pretty insane gameplay from them right there. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so heading into the first game of Ring of Fire. And so Ring of Fire was actually a decent map for us in scrims. You know, it's a little bit bad with loader and play. Without loader and play, it was pretty strong. So we've actually kept this comp pretty secret. I feel like we didn't play this composition really at all in scrims. We knew it was so strong against Meg. Meg again just running rampant on this map. So like Byron Lou, this was an insane counter. So they've actually gone with a weird strategy. Again, they've gone with a Tara to counter the Meg. Well, I know we're not gone Meg, but that's what they've gone for. They've gone with a Pam and they've gone with the Luz. So you can see here, I'm just healing Drage up constantly. He's getting his super a lot. So the Pam's going to be really annoying. With the super in that pocket, it's going to be really hard for us to kind of get out. Drage getting some decent percentage here. So Jason's going to go really aggro. He's full HP. All of them are going to go mid. And it's just going to be really hard to kill him because, again, the Baron doesn't do too much damage. But trust me, again, this composition was like nearly unbeaten in scrims when we tried it. It was just so strong. So you can see here, get some good taps onto Cube. I'm going to get my super and we should be able to kill him right there. He's got his super on respawn. So it's going to be pretty annoying. But that's just got so much time on the zone here. It's kind of hard against like a Pam to get too much percentage. So MMA is just going to run it in here. Drage gets the kill. But again, Jason's just waiting for us to push up. I think he's about to go down and we should be able to get some time. But again, these loose supers just preventing us from getting much time. Drage's going to get frozen there. Do try and heal him. I mean, it's just so hard as a Baron to try and do too much, have too much of an impact. But again, they're just running onto the zone. The Pam heals. You know, there's 2 of them just doing so much damage. I'm going to get my splash here. I'm going to splash Jason, but they've just got so much pressure. I mean, we've not looked entirely bad inside of this, but we're just getting time again and again. That's all what this map is about in scrims, what we've kind of realized, and we did improve quite a lot, was just sending like most people mid, just getting so much time. But again, they're just running it on over and over again, and it's just too much HP, too much DPS for us to deal with. Like Drake's doing an insane amount of DPS, and again, we just couldn't get that time. They were just playing really well, and obviously kind of out-strategized us in this one. But I'd never seen that composition in my life. So again, a really good composition on the fly there from NAVI. So that's going to be that game right there. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so going on to the next game of Ring of Fire. So they're bringing out the triple aggro comp. So again, 3 tanks. We actually used a decent comp. We do go for the Meg. We thought they would kind of switch off that composition, going for the Baron Meg strategy again. So when with a Crow, you know, Crow is a really good pick against the aggro pick. Most of the times in scrims, whenever we've won the aggro comp and gone against a Crow, we've pretty much lost every single time. So I feel like right now, like we honestly have a really strong composition. I feel like we should probably have probably like a 50-50 matchup here. So of course we need to try and win this one as much as possible, as they're about to go on to 2-1 and go on to the set point. So Cube's just going to run up here. Of course, Crow doesn't do a lot of damage to Rosa, so Tom's going to jump up there, and then Drake's trying to swipe. So we're getting some amazing percentage here. So I'm going to push up down the right hand side. I told these two to obviously try and keep their mid. So Cube has got his super. I'm not too sure how he actually got that. Probably have to look back at that afterwards, but I feel like that could have been prevented maybe. Cube's just still getting time in the middle. I'm just going to heal up Drage because he's pretty weak, so he's going to look to push up here. So I feel like they're playing pretty well. I mean, Jason's just going to completely wreck me because I'm only a Byron. Maybe Drage was a little bit too aggressive there because MMA used that gadget to kill him pretty quickly. So now we're in a tough position. We're going to get a lot of percentage here. They've got a Frank with 10k HP. They've got the Rosa in their pocket. They've got the super as well. And I just felt like things kind of went downhill there. So, yeah, it's just kind of tough. I mean, let me know what you think of that game, guys. I mean, I don't think anyone really made a tough mistake. I just feel like we literally made it slip that one time and then they just capitalized it on again. So I can't really fault it too much. They just played really well, which you've got to put your hands up to most of the time. You can't really just straight up just call us trash because we're losing. Like, seriously, these guys are a really strong team and they played it really well. So hats off to them, guys. They definitely deserve to be 2-1 up at this point. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so hopping into the first game of Gem Grab 6C. It's basically a mirror matchup. Here's both teams going Pam. Like, Pam is a really good mid when like Max isn't in play, and also just like aggro's just so good. Like, we're practicing actually a lot with Rico Band. Sorry about that, Elgaso, but Drake's just go down. But yeah, we're practicing a lot with like Rico Band, and we just felt like aggro was just too strong. So we do actually adapt pretty well here. Of course, we don't really fall into their trap and go basically like a Ruffs and a Rico compound. So that'll probably get destroyed by the aggros. A lot of people asking why didn't we go Rico, but we just felt like the aggro, you know, it can really do damage, especially if they went like a Mortis instead of like a Rosa or something. It would have been, you know, pretty downhill. So again, they're just going really aggro on us. They're just chaining supers like crazy. Of course, Buzz is going to be kind of like a mini counter to Mortis and Rosa because I think it's using extra stun as well. But Drake's doing a really good job there, chaining really well. MMA is going to use his super there, so I do use my gadget, probably a little bit wasted. I felt like he was going to run or stay aggro, so again, pretty wasted. Jason does use his gadget as well. That was pretty much wasted as well. So they've got 8 gems, but again, we've got that Buzz. You've got to be really careful about that stun. We're really scared of that. Tom doing a good job of pushing him back. That Rosa fight, Drake couldn't really go in there. You know, they've got the Pam gadget, they've got the Buzz stun as well. It's really hard for Drake to do too much. He needs to try and get those Pam gadgets down, and then he can change. So he's got his super here. He can make work of it. So kind of a little bit, well, we knew straight away that Rosa probably going to pick up that last gem. He gets that perfect spawn, and then the countdown starts. So we're going to look to try and get a reset here. I can't actually remember if we managed to get one. MMA is pretty weak. Drage goes in on the Pam. I think I'm able to get the reset there, but no way I'm able to get out with gems. I was so close to killing Cube right there. So early would have been Jason, but you know, Jason has all the gems. It's going to be really hard for us to do too much. So I just felt like they played the aggro comps just a lot better than us. They're playing way more as a team than us. Which again, like, hats off to those guys. They played really well. So that's going to be the gem grab game right there. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so hopping into the last game right here. So we've opted for the mirror matchup right here. So this is where you know, we're fighting for our lives here. So we know they're literally one game away from knocking us out, And to be honest, you know, we did try and rally up a little bit. Of course, it's going to be really hard to try and find that extra bit inside yourself. But after that Brawl Ball set, I feel like we were pretty deflated as a team. Like, everyone kind of struggling to really find like where to really go, and you know what to do. Like, do we go for like the hard counters? You know what, they're really in our heads with what matchups were. You know, they'll go in tanks all the time, but you gotta be careful because they could just switch off at any point in time. So Drage with a nice stun there, he's able to use gadget and get out. So Cube's just gonna gadget on me. That extra stun, guys, a lot of people switching to it recently, and it does mess you over. I didn't think it was that much of a good star power, but it is really strong. A lot of times you can't even get like a shot in by the time the stun's done. Like, he just completely melts you. So Cube doing a really good job of staying in our grass here, so I'm gonna look to try and get him out. Gets the kill on Drage again. I felt like we should have been a little bit more cautious on the pinch there. I mean, maybe Cube just plays it really well, but he just gets a double kill right there. That's just insane. I felt like we could have played that much more as a team, and right now they've got the bushes running into us again. Cube with his stun, and yeah, they're just really outplaying us right here. So MMA is going to run in, going to look to try and survive here. Cube in the middle again. I mean, things are getting frantic. We only need one more gem, so of course we're going to be playing a lot more scrappy. We know we really need to get some positioning, so we're kind of just going all in here trying to get some positioning. So 10-0 at, well, we've got 10 gems at the moment. We really need a reset. Drake's going to look to try and get the grapple onto any of them. He's going to get stunned by Cube. He gets the retaliation stun, but just, I mean, we do get the reset there. We actually managed to steal a gem as well, so that was really clutch on our end, but still not looking the best. Again, like, a gem just perfectly spawns from. They're able to get out with that one as well. We need another reset. So Cube with his stun, it's going to look to try and chain it, keep us out of there. Tom with the pop super, he's going to look to push up. MMA just fortunately gets his super, but Cube with his stun on a respawn, there's nothing that we can really do. So unfortunately, our world story ended literally within the first round. So yeah, it's a big rip to us. We'll be looking to do a live stream pretty soon, so of course you guys can ask me as many questions as possible. It's going to be really hard to kind of fit that onto a video, but of course I'm extremely disappointed of our result. You know, we did do obviously a ton of practice. Like, you got to think, we did a year's work to get to this point, and you know, to see that work just go out the window in the first round, it was disappointing. You know, I had envisions of at least like the semi-finals. Of course, you don't want anything other than to win it, but just in my mind, I felt like if at least got the semi-finals, you know, I'd be somewhat happy. Of course, like, you could maybe like not be as upset if you got knocked out in the semis, but first round exit, you know, it is really defeating. Hard to kind of come back off that one. You know, I spent the day, you know, feeling pretty sorry for myself, and not gonna lie, you know, I was really upset about things. But looking forward, you know, of course, like other teams like SK went out in the first round as well. There was just so many upsets. It just goes to show that it doesn't matter which team is better on paper, especially in Brawl Esports. Like, in literally a single best of 3, best of 5, it literally just matters on, you know, who turns up on the day. Really, like what compositions are better. Like, can you out strategize your opponent on the day? Literally all the preparation beforehand can go almost out the window if you're not ready and rolling for that game day. So it's maybe extremely motivated, you know, seeing everyone play on the final day when I didn't. So of course, going into next season, hopefully we can bring it home. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. You know, a little bit emotional. Speaking of course, I don't really speak for this long in the outro, but I just want to thank everyone for the support this season. Honestly, it's been absolutely insane. You guys just continuously supporting us, even though again, it's not exactly what we wanted. Of course, you can feel a little bit let down by our performance, but I felt like, you know, none of us really played terrible. I don't think, of course, we could have played a little bit better and more as a team, but I felt like more so in the first few games, it was more so the compositions. Maybe in that gem grab game, I think that was probably just us not playing, well, it definitely was us just not playing together as a team, because there was near enough mirror matchups, but beforehand, it was just us not adjusting to their kind of strategy. We didn't really kind of switch up that game plan like we should have on the spot. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Let me know down in the comment section below what videos you want to see in the future, because, you know, we've got a lot of free time now. So of course the content's going to be back and rolling. So yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.